What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we are going to be analysing the match reaction, review, match analysis, whatever you want to call it, for this game with Manchester City against Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium, as I feel like Manchester City are slowly but surely finally starting to get into their rhythm and knowing what to expect from them. Fantastic performance. Before we crack on with that video though, make sure, like always, if you're enjoying the content, then make sure you help support my channel by subscribing, pressing that red button, pressing the bell, putting your push notifications on. Make sure also you go and follow my social media if you so wish. You can find them in description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram. And make sure also you leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and most importantly, let me know your thoughts of this emphatic win in the comments below. So we're going to crack on with this video and first up talk about the teams, which was quite odd from Manchester City, as we saw Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne and also Phil Foden starting through the middle. It confused me a little, as I thought, are City going to go with a 4-4-2? We all knew Jesus would be dropping deep, and we knew Raheem Sterling would be playing more than likely the most furthest forward. But what was it going to be playing out wide? Is it going to be a 3-5-2? We're going to see Walker and Mendy playing as wing backs and seeing Rodri dropping deeper into a centre back? Or was we going to see Kevin De Bruyne moving out wide, which was what was put on the team sheet before the game? And it's ended up what happening, really. De Bruyne going on the right and going on the left, and basically just having the freedom of the middle to go and do whatever he wanted, and it worked a treat, really. We'll mention that more as we go through the game, but we saw Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez on the bench, so going with De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling out wide. I find that really interesting. Aubameyang started for Arsenal, so Martinelli starting out wide for them too, as Lacazette was left on the bench. Pepe and Ozil were starting in the game, so a decent attack there from Arsenal. So Kolasinac starting as Tierney was injured, and also Xhaka was out, so we saw Guendouzi starting in the middle for Arsenal. I felt like Arsenal's midfield was a bit weak, and I felt like their defence could be got at. I said most importantly here is who scored first. Okay, so on to the first half. First minute in, Martinelli has a good chance. It turns out his shot that he has, which is well saved by Ederson, I will add, was Arsenal's only shot on target in this game in 33 seconds in, which is crazy. City then go up the other end and counter-attack. So Gabriel Jesus get into some space, ended up going to the byline, cutting it across, put plenty of power onto it. So De Bruyne is there, and instead of putting his laces through it or putting his toes through it or putting as much power on as possible, he knows all the power's already on the ball, so he side foots it and looks to just guide it into the back of the net. And it's well hit, right into the roof of the net, smashing home. Absolutely brilliant finish, and 2-0 in is exactly what Manchester City are looking for. We're always looking to score first 10-15 minutes, put our oppositions under pressure, and it's exactly what happens. And one thing I look for if we do score early or do go ahead at any point in the game is you don't want to start allowing your opposition back into the game after just 2 or 3 minutes. And so we improved on that really well, managed to glide our way into the game. Arsenal then wanted to press us high, and it ended up being crucial for us scoring the second goal. Rodri's calm, manages to play it lovely out to Phil Foden. He drives the ball forward. There he finds Kevin De Bruyne. He's out wide on the left, driving into the box, cuts it across. I think it takes a deflection or goes through the legs, I think, of Socrates, ends up finding its way to Raheem Sterling, who's there on 15 minutes to tap it into the empty net near enough for 2-0 to Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne running the show. We're 15 minutes in, we're 2-0 up, and it's everything that we had dreamed of, really, from coming from this game. Then Kolasinac ended up going off injured, as Rodri brought him down with a bit of tactical fouling. Something we've not been too great at this season, something we previously have been excellent at, is timing our tackles well. If we're going to commit fouls, commit them a bit higher up, cut out the threat of counter-attacks and players being out of positions, take the yellow card and move on with your life. Mendy did it in this game, Gundogan did it in this game, Rodri did it into this game. So well done to all three of them there, taking a leaf out of Fernandinho's book. It's what we've missed, the aggressiveness, the ruthlessness of the game, and how we're playing like off the ball. That's what's needed. Thought it was work to treat here for Manchester City. Unfortunately, it did injure Kolasinac. I don't like to see that. It wasn't an intentional injury, it was just an intentional foul. Rightfully got a yellow card for it. He ends up going off injured, and so Arsenal were down to momentarily for 10 men on 40 minutes. And in that minute that there was down to 10 men, City ended up punishing. Like I said, City showed a real ruthlessness to their game. Kevin De Bruyne drops a shoulder from Guendouzi, gets onto his left foot. It's only one place he wants to go. Plenty of power, low, accurate, into the bottom corner. Does all that. makes it 3-0 on 40 minutes, get in, game, set and match. And half-time, much better from us. Like I said, my summary, ruthless, aggressive, fantastic. Well done to everyone involved. Well, most importantly though, Kevin De Bruyne, pulling Arsenal's midfield and Arsenal's defence to bits. Absolutely phenomenal from Kevin De Bruyne in the space of 40 minutes. Could have had a hat-trick as well. Ended up having a great shot, which was well saved, I will add, from Leno to get a good hand onto it and put it onto the post to stop Kevin De Bruyne having his hat-trick. For Arsenal, though, I felt like they looked dangerous going forward. Martinelli looked like he had Kyle Walker's number in that first half, and that was one problem for a cause for concern for us, or from my point of view anyway. Aubameyang, hadn't even heard his name in that first half, I'll be completely honest. We did hear it in the second, did have a glancing header go just wide, but other than that, ghost-like really, which is good from our defensive point of view. Phil Foden looked lively. Rodri I thought was having a brilliant game, but Kevin De Bruyne on a hat-trick in the first half, 2 goals, 1 assist. Great save by Leno to end up keeping it from getting a hat-trick. Much better from us. I did add, don't be typical City now and blow this, blow it basically. And I wanted us to keep pushing to go and send out a statement, but in typical City fashion of the last couple of seasons, when we've already responded and we're just looking to win, once we've got them 2 or 3 goals, we sit back and take it easy. And that's where we sometimes come a bit suspect to conceding. Fair credit to us in that second half. We didn't do that. It's a lesson we've learned from Burnley. Really good to see. Thought Pep got his tactics spot on in this game. 55 minutes, we saw Phil Foden come off for Bernardo Silva, so I'm going to presume that Phil Foden will more than likely be starting in that Oxford game too, so we don't want to burn him out. There's a couple of tame shots from Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus in that second half too. I thought that Arsenal were a lot better in the second half, particularly with that organisation. The 3-0 down though, it took them too long, and I felt like they had more energy once they made the substitutions. Ozil coming off, throwing a strop, kicking his gloves. Why didn't he take his gloves off and go and give it to one of the fans and make one of the young fans' day? I don't know. Throwing a paddy. I mean, if I was Freddie Ljungberg, if he weren't going to give his gloves to somebody, out of principle, got to made him pick them up anyway and stop being such a baby, really. Mesut Ozil just had a terrible game. I thought him and a close call between him and Guendouzi just didn't look right on the pitch, but yeah, there we go. That's just how it is. So full time, 3-0 City, job done. 4 points behind Leicester now. That's right, we're looking at second place. Let's walk before we can run. I'm just going to look at Leicester because we're playing Leicester in our next game. We're 4 points behind them, playing at the Etihad. Let's pick up a win, chase them down and try and get second place again. Now in terms of stats for this game, 42% possession for Arsenal, 58% possession for Man City. That's good from Arsenal for a point of view in terms of possession. Just 6 shots from Arsenal in the game though, and 1 on target after 33 seconds. Martinelli, not really good enough from their point of view. 14 shots from City, 7 on target, ruthless and clinical. 7 on target, 3 found the back of the net. That's good from City. In terms of passes, 669 passes, 91% pass completion rate from City, 480 passes, 87% pass completion rate from Arsenal. Arsenal didn't do too much wrong, just defensively they just looked all over the place, and just the quality really of Kevin De Bruyne, that was the big difference in this game. Find a way dealing with De Bruyne, this is a different game, but they never found a way dealing with De Bruyne. In terms of tackles, Arsenal excellent, completed 13 of their 16 attempted tackles. City completed 12 of their 19 attempted, which is good from both sides. Arsenal very good there. Arsenal had more interceptions, more blocks. City ended up having more clearances and headed clearances. In terms of aerial duels, City more dominant. City, I thought, defensively looked very sound in this game. You won't think that they're a team that have nearly conceded as many goals this season as what we have last, near enough. I think there's like 4 goals in it or something. So yeah, thought defensively looked a lot more solid, and it's good. It's good. I mean, I have been critical of Otamendi at points this season, but I thought he's starting to settle in really nicely in my opinion. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But in summary, Arsenal woeful. I thought Martinelli looked quite lively for them, but the defending wasn't good. Their midfield was ripped to shreds in 40 minutes by Kevin De Bruyne, and I don't like that some players in the Arsenal team do tend to chuck themselves a little bit to the ground, particularly when it got to the penalty area 2 or 3 times. That did happen. Just one of them things though. For us though, Kevin De Bruyne, obviously my JSGC man of the match, just world class. I thought it was very unlucky not to have a first half hat-trick. But Phil Foden looked lively, nice to see him starting his first away game in the Premier League, so well done to him. I'd be starting him again, giving him a run of fixtures, giving him a run of minutes. I'll be starting him again in the League Cup game against Oxford. Rodri, I thought, had a really good game in my opinion, and it'll do good for his confidence, and it'll do good for the defence in getting a clean sheet for their confidence. And like I said, it'll do the world of good for players like Otamendi Otamendi, Fernandinho, Walker, Mendy, and that'll do them a world of good. Picking up a clean sheet, might not get assists and stuff, but it's just as important picking up clean sheets when we've got players up front already scoring the goals. So really, from us, good not to switch off in that second half. We were ruthless. We was impressive. I thought that we were very good. Clinical touch. Job done, really. We move on. We've got Leicester coming up in the Premier League next at the Etihad Stadium. Different kind of team. They're a counter-attacking team, much like how Manchester United played against us last weekend. So we're going to have to learn our lessons again and see what we've learnt and go forward from there. Don't rule out Kevin De Bruyne playing wherever he wants in midfield again, because at the end of the day, Premier League teams are going to have to find a way of dealing with Kevin De Bruyne when he's like this. And at the moment, no one has. More of the same, please. But first, focus must turn to Oxford in the Carabao Cup, which I will be previewing for you tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. So there we go. That's been the video. I've been JSGC. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, social medias and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all again for the next video. I apologise for my croaky throat. I'm not feeling like death anymore, but I'm still not feeling 100%. But I am getting there. Yeah, little update on that. I'll see you all again for the next video. I'm very happy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.